Brothers are linked by blood, but often not by personality. As it is in reality, so it is in A Song of Ice and Fire. Lineage and the bonds of kin link men and women who share few common traits together, and even when the paths of life turn a friend into a stranger, a brother into a foe, there persists a deeper connection. No men could be more different than brothers Stannis and Renly Baratheon. Though they grew up together and watched their older brother turn from an ambitious lord into a hedonistic king, Stannis and Renly veered far off course from one another. When war broke out in Westeros, both claimed the throne, and at an unsuccessful meeting outside the walls of their home, Renly offered Stannis the gift of a simple peach. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Exploring Fiction. Renly's peach served an important role in the narrative, especially in A Clash of Kings, one much deeper than what it seemed on the surface. The peach signified Renly's sweet, pleasurable life, and Stannis' rejection of it displayed the coldness of his heart and the sternness of his iron will. After their meeting, the brothers were victim and perpetrator of unforgivable deeds, and the peach served as a token and memory of their blatant disparities. So, what exactly is Renly's peach? And what is its significance in the story? Let's explore. As previously noted, the appearance of Renly's peach occurs in A Clash of Kings, the second entry in A Song of Ice and Fire. After rallying his forces in the Reach, Renly Baratheon sits in wait at Bitterbridge for his chance to seize the Iron Throne. He occupies himself and his soldiers with tourneys and other whimsical pleasures, intent on stalling while the Starks and Lannisters rip each other apart so he can swoop in and defeat the victor. His brother Stannis, meanwhile, claims himself rightful king of Westeros, citing the illegitimate birth of Joffrey Baratheon and his siblings. He sails from Dragonstone and lays siege to Storm's End, his own childhood home, and this action finally spurs Renly into motion. With his grand army behind him, Renly marches toward Storm's End, and outside and nearby the castle, he parleys with his older brother. Overseeing the affair is Lady Catelyn Stark, sent as an envoy to Renly by her son Robb, the king in the north. As Catelyn attempts to help the brothers find common ground, Renly reaches into the folds of his robe, and Stannis grabs for his sword. Surely, Renly is about to strike. Instead, however, the youngest Baratheon brother produces a peach. A sweet, delectable, golden peach. He offers the fruit to Stannis, but the stern man refuses, and Renly advises him that he's made the wrong choice, as life is short, and simple joys, such as tasting a good peach, are fleeting. Ultimately, the brothers fail to form a compromise, and Stannis indirectly murders Renly with aid from the shadow magic of Melisandre. However, throughout the rest of the narrative, and undoubtedly until the rest of his days, Stannis is plagued by haunting dreams of Renly and his peach, and quite confused by the purpose and meaning behind his brother's offering of it. When specifically questioned about the entire ordeal of Renly's peach, George R.R. Martin himself explained that the peach signified pleasure, and that Renly was attempting to persuade Stannis to partake in any form of pleasure, if not for a little while. Of course, Stannis had refused, and the moment was lost. Now, That analysis came from the words of the author himself, but I still want to examine the peach and how it highlights the differences between Renly and Stannis. As stated by George R.R. Martin, Renly's peach signifies pleasure. Renly Baratheon himself is a man all too willing to indulge in the luxuries afforded by life. However, he is not like his eldest brother Robert, who preferred drinking and fighting and bedding as many women as he could. No, Renly instead seeks more joyous, simple pleasures. He yearns for pretty things, for harmless fineries, for great spectacle and entertainment, for the taste of a ripe peach. On the opposite end of this spectrum sits Stannis Baratheon. He is cold, stern, and possessing an unbreakable demeanor. What little pleasure he has in his life stems mostly from planning tactics and enacting justice, though even doing his duty in this way fails to produce any visible mirth. Stannis cares not for what he can be doing, and instead only concentrates on what he should be doing. Not even taking his wife to bed can rouse his spirit, and he performs the act merely because he must, lacking any sense of closeness or satisfaction with one he is supposed to love. The nuanced joys of life pass Stannis by, but he cares not, for he busies himself serving his kingdom with honor and cold courtesy. It is this same unyielding spirit that makes Stannis more suitable than Renly in the War of the Five Kings. Though Renly is beloved by the people, Stannis is able to brush emotion aside and enact his will with iron discipline, whatever it may be. This includes killing his own brother, and while fainter hearts would have balked at the thought of such murder, Stannis sees it merely as one of the steps he must take on the path to the Iron Throne, and so does not hesitate. While it haunts him in the future, he carries out the task to its conclusion. Once again, the peach eludes Stannis, and seems to die with Renly. The fruits of life blossomed all around, and one only had to stop and look to experience hidden moments of joy. For Renly Baratheon, this realization came easy, but for his older brother Stannis, the thought never crossed his mind. When the former presented the latter with a peach during their tense parley, Stannis refused the fruit and became confused over its meaning. Renly warned his brother to share in life's pleasures, but the sentiment was lost on the cold man. While Renly and Stannis never reconciled, Renly's peach highlighted exactly why the two men were so different, and why they could never come to terms. So, that's all for this video. Leave a comment with your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new here. I'd love to have you. Visit my website, russellawellsauthor.com, for exclusive fiction and more, and sign up for my mailing list for free exclusive content. The links for both are in the description below. So, like always, I will see you next time.